Hello, welcome to the Hot Seat Redmos podcast. I am with a legendary person, Mr. Keith Robinson here. You're a little bit of an online legend.
I've been here a long time, yeah.
Still a legend, is that?
I hate that word. I've been around a long time. I'm old and hackneyed.
Right, you're from Site Advisor. Let's talk to you and find out a bit more about you and how you're connected to recruitment and Site Advisor. Tell us everything.
Oh, God. Okay, me and recruitment, 30 years. 10 years in the 80s running publishing businesses. Founded a magazine over in the UK called Personnel Today. Spent the 90s running two of the UK's biggest recruitment advertising agencies. And then in 99 was one of the founding team of a pretty big job board today called TotalJobs.com.
Oh, that small one, yeah.
Small one. Yeah, no, we did a pretty good job. Did that 2000, left 2006, lived in the States, Canada, New Zealand, all around the world, building recruitment technology and having a bit of fun.
Oh, wow. And today?
Today, got a new company founded about 9 months ago called Site Advisor. So thank you for the plug. Going to give it two products. One, Career Site Advisor. It's a careers portal, not a job board.
Okay, so let's explain that difference.
Okay, I think that one of the trends I've seen in the UK is that we're starting to take careers seriously. Number two, having built a big job board business, I've watched the carnage that the job board industry has created. Heck of a lot of people, when they want to find a job, aren't going to move. They even know the company they want to work for. And all they want to try to do is find the damn career site. So they go to Google and they can't find the career site because, of course, all the big aggregators put all the jobs in so the corporate career site disappears. Also, they find then the company's own site, go to the homepage, can't find the career section. Most people don't know what a site map is about, and why should they find it? So my site simply took 1,500 of the UK's biggest companies in a simple index. You search by industry, you search by region. You then find a list of all the career sites in your search, you click on it, and you go straight to the job search page.
Keep things simple.
Well, you know what? Having built an awful lot of technology, the old classified directory concept, nothing wrong with it. We're always trying to reinvent new things. A lot of the old ways are really good and relevant. You just use the new technologies out there to bring them to life again.
So this is really pitching to job seekers.
Yep.
Yeah. And what about the other, you mentioned that's the portal side of it.
So I've on the other side got a site called Job Site Advisor, which we launched just 2 months ago. It's a B2B application. Basically, we are the UK's largest index of job boards. Same kind of model. I'm a SME who wants to recruit. I don't know the name of more than one job board. You go to this site, you put in your region, you put in the sector you're looking to recruit in, and we'll give you a list of relevant job boards to that particular search term.
So that's useful to job seekers and also to recruiters.
Interestingly enough, it is. The business model is to appeal to the B2B community. But you're right, if I'm a job seeker and I want to find every marketing job board in the UK, you can come to the site and find every marketing job board in the UK.
Yeah. And just tell us again, how do people find this if they're interested in and want to get on board?
www.careersiteadvisor.com and www.jobsiteadvisor.com.
Okay, so you've been in the industry a long time, so I want you to rack through that library in your head and tell me about the best recruitment experience today. Any stories that make you feel warm inside?
When a headhunter rings me up and offers me a 7-figure salary.
What, that's happened now, is it? That's the best experience?
Well, a 7-figure salary is a pretty cool experience. No, I mean...
I'd say that's a damn good experience.
You know what? It is really cool when a job seeker, when a headhunter rings you up. Other than that, a lot of ugly job seeking experiences. And
that was my next question. Give me some shockers.
Last month I did a very deliberate mystery shopping trip and I sent out 200 CVs under 200 different names to companies and to staffing firms to see what response I got.
Oh, that's interesting. And tell us.
It sucked.
Why?
Because you don't get any feedback anymore. The reality is we've made job seeking online way too easy. This is called the promiscuous digit.
Right, tell me more.
Tell you more. We sit here with this little digit, this hand, and it gives us instant gratification online. You can buy your products. You can buy your services. You can look at your porn. You can find a job, and
you can pick your nose.
You can pick your nose, although you can't actually do both. Pick your anyway. We won't ambidextrous. Reality is though, this creates carnage. So what you've got are millions of unemployed people around the world using this to apply for jobs,
Instead of this?
They don't read the job, they just hit the apply online button. You've got millions of recruitment consultants around the world who don't have time anymore because they've all been head-counted back, in-house recruiters have been slashed back, who are also hitting the auto-delete button as quickly. So what you've got is the promiscuous digit war. Job seekers don't stop to read an advertisement, recruiters don't have time to stop and read a CV. So they're just auto-deleting.
Well, I do like your analogy there. That's quite nicely put. Now, tell me, this is a difficult question, I reckon, for you, because you're often cited as giving advice and giving away, comments, etc. But I want to know what the best recruitment advice is that you've received over the 30 years.
Wow. Okay.
I know. I thought this might be difficult.
Best recruitment advice. Actually, I can answer it, but in an odd way. I had a mentor who I worked for 10 years, and he said to me the day I joined, Keith, the best way to get the next job in any organisation is to have your replacement lined up immediately. Succession planning. So if you want to get promoted, have your successor in place. The reason that most people don't get promoted is they make themselves indispensable, therefore they won't get promoted. Have your successor in place and you will get promoted because the company then knows it's in safe hands. So that's not a recruitment tip. In actual fact, it's the best recruitment tip because within 3 years, I went from being a field sales rep to the youngest ever publisher in my business because I just managed to get everybody lined up behind me to fill in every job that, followed.
Oh, well, wonderful tip, actually. Nicely put there. And what's your favourite, there's a lot of these, but what's your favourite recruitment saying as they go?
Bums on seats. Recruitment ain't rocket science. It's about bums on seats.
Yeah.
We overcomplicate it massively sometimes, and yet recruitment is really simple. I've got to find a candidate, I've got to put a bum on a seat. And if I do that again and again, whether I'm in-house recruiter or third party, I can continue to have my political clout. The moment I don't do that, I'm dead.
Oh, nicely put, Keith. I'm enjoying the interview. I'm sure the viewers are. Sum up recruitment today in 3 words.
Way too complicated.
We've had way too simple as well. Way too complicated because we've made it that way?
I put a tweet out before the event to ask, are we making any more hires as a result of all this technology compared to, say, 1975?
And what was the response?
The universal response was, we're doing exactly the same as we did in the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, because we've made it way too complicated.
And we're humans at the end of the day. People communicate with people, and you're right, fundamentally, this is a human business, so...
I think the danger is, I hate words like the recruitment process. It's an experience. It's a candidate experience. As soon as you turn something into a process, it's a widget, and if we're going to turn human beings into widgets, well, then we've got a fundamental problem ahead of us. So the widgetization of recruitment is a disaster.
So now I want to move into an interesting part because speaking from so much experience, Keith, what advice have you got to a newcomer coming into recruitment today?
I think there's 2 different bits of advice. If they're a third-party recruiter going into a recruitment consultancy, it's about caring about your candidate, but it's equally being pragmatic. You've got, and I've done both jobs, you've got to look at what your business targets are. You've got to look about how can you be efficient in hunting down new business. You've got to be efficient in how you do look at a candidate. Are they placeable or are they not? Somebody said to me just yesterday, great recruitment consultants aren't social workers. Yeah. And whilst I don't necessarily like it, I understand it. So in one sense, focus on the target, focus on those great candidates, and love those great candidates to death.
Thank you, Keith. And what about advice to an experienced recruiter?
Make as much money and retire as soon as you can and do something really enjoyable.
Oh, I'm sure you love the industry. You've been in it 30 years.
No, you know what? I think it is about, for a really good recruiter, my message would be, look and learn, but never forget what you knew before.
Yeah, remember the roots, go back to basics.
It's not, it ain't rocket science, but equally look and learn. Come to things like unconferences. Go onto Twitter and look at what people are saying.
Yeah. Take Redmos training.
Redmos training, the best training in the industry. Ta-da!
Thanks, Keith. Keith, what about, we want to get to know you a little bit more now, so let's park the recruitment chat to the side. Just general questions. Let's start with favourite colour.
Blue.
A lot of blue lovers here. What are you reading right now?
History of the Jews in Europe.
Ooh, very interesting, very deep. What are you listening to music-wise? What's on your iPod or iPhone?
I was listening to Susie and the Banshees the other day. I'm into indie, punk, dance, you name it. I'm a muso.
Favourite movie?
Apocalypse Now.
How do you relax? Where do you go on holiday? Favourite destination?
I have a beautiful house in France and I sit down there with a bottle of red wine and a really nice rolled up joint and just chill out.
He didn't say that, by the way.
It's true.
That's one way to relax. If you were Prime Minister for the day, what would you do?
Increase capital gains tax to 36 to 40%. Would increase personal taxation for those earning more than 200,000 to 50%, and those earning $500,000 to 60%, and generally create more equality. It sucks right now.
Yeah. And if you had a superpower for a day, what would it be?
Wow.
He has got a superpower. He's been in the industry for 30 years.
A genuine superpower for a day. I would clean every bit of crap out of every ocean in the world.
How nice.
It's just, the sea is so important to us as a society, and we don't realise it.
Do you dive by any chance?
No, it's got nothing to do with that. It's just I'm an ecologist. So, I think just the pollutants and the rubbish we're chucking into the sea. And we talk about global warming, whether that's believable or not. I'm not an expert, but I get way more worried about the sea.
Yeah.
It's where we came from.
That's nicely put. And Africa, of course. And what about, if you had to sum yourself up in 3 words, what would you say?
A massive insecurities.
How many words was that?
A mass of insecurities.
That's 4. I'll let you have it because you're a legend.
Right, 1, insecure.
No, you're not. What's your biggest achievement to date? Something that you're just really proud of, in or out of work?
Oh, wow. Okay, so there's the usual cliche, 4 kids, 2 ex-wives, they're all great. In work, 2 great achievements. One was the day that a magazine called Personnel Today came off the press and I stood at 5 o'clock in the morning watching it being printed. And the other was when Total Jobs became the #1 job board in the UK. Awesome.
Yeah. Keith, you've been fantastic on the hot seat. Thank you so much.
Indeed. Cheers, and thank you for the interview.
Thank you.
Get a
kiss. Thank you, Keith.